Hello, my name's Simon Hall. We are here at NAB 2026 now, and I am demoing at the moment Resolve 21. Now, one of the biggest updates we've had in DaVinci Resolve is we've added a new page, which is the photo page. So for quite a while, DaVinci Resolve has been able to open and you've been able to grade photos with their raw settings. But that kind of came with a few of its complications. You know, you were limited to things like resolution, and people just wanted to see their photos as, you know, the actual full resolution photo. We have a lot of customers who deal with fashion product, and the big question has always been, what do you match your color to? Do you match your video to your photo or vice versa? And what a lot of customers wanted, they wanted that ability to see kind of a full res photo, adjust it to get, you know, that classic fashion shot, and then you can match your video in Resolve to that photo seamlessly in one application. There's no need to round trip between different applications, so it just makes the workflow seamless. So as you can see, this is the photo page in DaVinci Resolve. In the top left-hand corner here, I have my photo album, so you can have obviously multiple files in a photo album. When you open up an album, all the stills contained within the album run across the bottom of the screen. As you can see, it's really easy to kind of navigate and scroll through to the image that you want. If I select an image, obviously it will show up in the viewer that we've got here, and then I have an inspector on the right hand side, and as you can see in the inspector, I've got adjustments to say the raw, the photo. So from here I can go and adjust the raw settings. So you can see the white balance at the moment is as shot, but I actually want to say I want to try and use daylight, it looks a little bit blue, and then from here I can start to go and adjust this so it looks, maybe make it slightly warmer. I want to drop the exposure slightly. So it's got all the controls you would expect from a photo application that can handle and manipulate raw files. If I go into the photo tab, you can see I've got more options in here. So, you know, I've got the ability to sort of crop. I've got source look, so I can, you know, maybe change this to black and white. At any point, I can reset these. So you've got the controls that somebody dealing with photographic raw files would expect. If you want to go a step further, and this is the beauty with having everything in one application, if you want to go and do something slightly more complex, you can open the photo in the color page, for example. And here I have all the Resolve color page effects available to me. So for example, if I wanted to isolate the dress, I could simply add a node in here. I could magic mask the dress, so I should be able to. I should be able to magic mask the dress. Again, it's slightly hard to see because the dress is red and my overview is red. But just to give you an idea, I can select my subject, turn the mask off. And then again from here I can use things like my color wheels, but as you can see I can use the magic mask for isolation. So the photo page is a first step for people who may be migrating from other photographic software. The controls, the interface will be familiar to them, how the raw files work, but then jumping into the color page will open up a whole new world of tools for them to go and try. So the photo page is ideal, you know, for photographers who may be looking at moving from other software, who've been used to using raw controls before. The photo page has controls that they're familiar with. You know, you can adjust the raw settings, you can crop images, but then they have the ability to take those photos into the color page. It opens up a whole new world of tools. You can start to use the DaVinci Resolve panels with them. You've got curves, you can isolate parts of the image. So the photo page is the first familiar step, but then they can start to experiment with everything that DaVinci Resolve has to offer in its color page. And again, we love this because it's the ability to work with photos and video within the same application. You don't have to round trip. You've got access to the raw files both for your photos and your video, and it just makes the workflow seamless. And making the workflow seamless just saves you time, and therefore it means everybody can go home at the end of the day. And ultimately, that's what we all want.